Night
Yeah,
Cove
for
presents.
real. For real. For real. I don't even need the camera for that. Um, and that's one of the reasons too. And you were here Friday when we rated out why I was so happy to join the Moco Loco stream team because they have developed just a network and community over there that is beyond amazing. I mean, they have people doing everything from it, basically in their eyes anything you do is art, and
Yeah, they seemed very cool.
they
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 were
are.
they were really cool.
They took a little while for me to get used to in the beginning because it's a very chaotic show with both of them, and
They had some top tier energy. I will say, yeah, they were super nuts with the energy. She's absolutely
yeah,
right, but
and
like it was
they
still fun. It's just like whoa.
and the fact that not it, at first I was like, well, why do they keep talking over each other? But it wasn't even that they were talking over each other. They are legitimately having two separate conversations talking at the same time to people in chat, and it was so hard in the beginning for me to keep up with. But the more that I went over there and I kind of got used to how their format was and how high energy it was. But the fact that they're so supportive and like you could be having the worst day and you just go in there, you don't have to be a streamer, you don't have to, you just go in there and you just say hi in the chat and they make you feel like you're welcome and that you guys have been friends for 500 years, you know. But they're so good at supporting and sharing and promoting their community, and even after they came here while we were streaming on Friday, and then afterwards I raided into them, and the first thing they did was post the donor link to the top of the chat and on their stream, and then posted it into their Discord and everything to try to help out, and that's just the kind of that's just the kind of people they are, and it's amazing to know that there's still people like that, but also something that a lot of people take for granted, which is like I said, we all kind of get that uh, depression type feeling or like mental health stuff, and just the fact of being able to go somewhere and have someone just say hi, but treat you like, hey, you exist, means more than they'll ever know.
You know, that's super true. At one time in my life, I did a lot of work with the homeless. And my partner had been homeless. And like talking with them about it, like the number one thing they said that it wasn't someone giving him a handout, like that was great,
Right.
but like the fact that people would make eye contact and
Yeah.
acknowledge his existence was, he said, like the most reaffirming thing in the world is like, hey, you exist and you are seen. Um, and I've always took that to heart for like, and it's applicable to anybody. So I mean, for anybody out there that's feeling down and you have, the bad brain weasels or whatever you want to call it, like just know you're not alone, and like there are people here who see you. You just got to reach out a little tiny bit so we know that you need something there, and I mean it's there for you.
For sure. For sure. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I
it's
mean, I try to keep it positive. Sorry, I'm just like,
no,
I,
no.
I I like people to know that because I'm a really empathetic person, and it's like if I pick up that someone's off, like I'll be like, hey, you want to talk about it? Like you don't have to go through your whole life story. Just like tell me what's on your mind, because I
Yeah,
think you need that, and that fulfills me, honestly.
yeah. And that's like I've explained to everybody, that's kind of the whole point of like today's a little bit different just because but the whole reason why I started this particular Monday show in general was because I just felt like you take what most people perceive as the worst day of the week, like the one that everybody dreads, you don't look forward to because your weekend came to an end and it's time to go back to work and it's, just whatever. And, kind of turn it into a positive thing in two ways. One, making it something to look forward to, and two, being able to just let it out, like just air it out. Like we not only have just had and it's not even about the personal grievances and the drama because we do that too. You know, sometimes you got to Jerry Springer this motherfucker. You just do. But like, because people love that, regardless of what they say, they tune in for the drama. But also it just did you ever see the movie I Love You Man with Jason Segel and Paul Rudd?
No, I've been told I need to see it.
Okay, so there, Paul Rudd has never had a in that movie. He's never had a best friend, right? And he meets Jason Segel, and they become friends. But Jason Segel is like a regular guy. He's a little eccentric, and Paul Rudd is kind of like an uptight, doesn't know how to be around other guys kind of thing. And he they go under a bridge at a beach, and he says, I just want you to scream as loud as you can. And he's like, why? And he's like, because we have this primal instinct to be loud, to scream, to be heard. And you're not letting yourself be heard. And so he screamed, and he tells Paul Rudd, he's like, okay, now you do it. And he's like, ah. And he's like, no, give it a real scream. And he's like, ah.
Eh,
And he's like, no, really, let it go. And when he finally gave in and he screams, and he just, I mean, you could just hear it, like it vibrated and echoed everything. It was like, ah. And then you could just see that just that letting that scream out, he was just instantly, the stress that he was feeling just kind of wasn't there for those few minutes. Like everything kind of melted away after letting out that primal scream. Um,
yeah, it's
and
like screaming into a pillow.
yeah, and because every once in a while you just have to, and that was kind of how Monday was, right? Like we all feel certain ways, and we all have stuff that we want to say, but don't say because it might not be popular opinion, or you're afraid that you might be judged for saying what you say, and we gave an open forum to just be yourself and to you I don't typically let people, I let them talk about whatever they want. I try to encourage them not to talk about stuff like religion or politics, but it comes up.
Right on, yeah.
Yeah, it happens. But I can't be as an agnostic. I can't be the one that you come to about your questions about God because I'm just just not that guy. Uh,
No, that's fair.
but
That's fair. You
and
know what you can talk about though. You know what you're about, right?
right.
Yeah.
So
I think that's really admirable. And I mean, motherfucking Mondays. You're right. It's a shitty day of the week.
but
Um,
if you had a shitty weekend and you're getting tired of paying $17 for fucking Taco Bell that was $5 2 weeks ago, then you know what? Fuck Taco Bell. Go make your own goddamn burritos. Fuck them. Let's show them what's up. They better drop the fucking prices down. McDonald's better come back with a fucking dollar menu. Otherwise, fuck them.
$5 menu so much.
What happened? You can't even get the McDouble, right? Which was the one where they tried to trick you by taking a piece of cheese off. Uh, it's no longer a double cheeseburger; it's a McDouble, so they had to change it. The double cheeseburger costs more. Now the fucking McDouble costs more than what the double cheeseburger used to cost, and the double cheeseburger costs more than what a fucking Whopper costs. What the fuck is going on? Right?
I wish I knew the answer. No, I agree with you. I think earlier you were talking about the price of eggs on stuff. Like
Oh
that's a
yeah.
great example. Eggs should not be expensive.
Right. I
Period. But like, why?
I, I mean,
Like, yeah.
there was a let's see, people were talking about a few months ago about like a lot of these food factories and places that were mysteriously catching fire, and shortage of vegetables. I'll tell you something that's really weird. I during COVID, for some reason, and maybe this is why I never caught it. Um, During COVID, I could not drink enough fucking V8 juice. I just craved it constantly. And I was constantly buying it. It was like you get the big thing of V8 juice. It was like, I don't know, like 2.49 for the big thing of V8 juice, like the gallon or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that shit's like $4 now. Regular tomato juice that doesn't even have the other vegetables in it is more expensive than the V8 juice. But why did the prices go up? Why did the prices go up on that? But more specifically, why am I being charged for less vegetables?
You know what I don't get is like, okay, so this is really kind
Cheeseflation.
of dumb, but like cheeseflation. Yeah, I laughed at that. I can tell you, I have had some stupidly complicated, expensive cheese, but like a little slice of American cheese, that should not cost what it does right now.
No.
Um, but I like fucking what is it? Kale. So kale used to be like,
That shit should be free because ain't nobody eating that shit anyway. They just say it.
I mean, I like it,
You
but
say you do.
okay, I like putting it into like shakes and stuff because it's like good for me. I have GI issues though, so it
Oh,
helps with
okay.
things.
Well, there you
Like
go.
I gotta be honest there, like that's why. Yes, it tastes like dirty earth plant, but like it's helpful. But again, like they've jacked the prices on it, which is really, really, really dumb.
Kale smells like lawn clippings.
I mean, lawn clippings smell nice, right?
Every,
Anybody like the smell of a freshly mowed lawn? Not for everybody, but I mean, I do.
so we have this Asian supermarket where I live, and I go in there and buy fucking dried seaweed all the time.
That stuff is really good.
It
I've always liked nori.
it actually is really good. Like it's very odd tasting. It's very green, but
Whoa, whoa,
like
whoa, kale and lemonade?
ew.
What?
Yeah, Kayla, how do we resell all this expired cabbage? Oh Jesus.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta ask, what do you mean by kale and lemonade? Like you like put the lemonade and kale into a blender and blend it together, or
Oh, that'd be
like
so fucking gross. Ooh, kale and chicken soup? What the fuck are we talking about here? Oh, because somebody said mix it with fruit. Kev. Kev said mix it with fruit and it'll make it taste good.
okay, gotcha, okay.
I guess trying to hide the
hide hide the flavor.
bro, it's gonna take a lot of ketchup. It's gonna take a lot of ketchup to make me eat some kale.
Mm. But yeah, the seaweed stuff is surprisingly good.
Yeah, it's I can't eat a whole lot of it or anything, but like every once in a while, like they have okay, so this they have this tempura fried seaweed, and that shit is so good. It's like I don't even know how to explain it, but it's like flavored crust on the outside of the seaweed, and whatever is in that, like sometimes they have like different kind. Like some might be shrimp flavored, some spicy, some's like just regular whatever. But it's so good.
I think it's really good. There's like this casserole that we like to make. Because like we really like sushi, right? But fuck the price of sushi. Um,
I live at the
so
beach.
what
My sushi free.
you what?
I live at the beach, so all my sushi's free. I'll just throw that
Oh
line out
well,
in the
okay.
water.
I mean, I will also, if I have the opportunity, throw a line out in the water. But I live near the Shenandoah River, and I'm not throwing a line into that water with the intention of eating anything that comes out of that.
Oh no.
Now, Ocean City, Rehoboth Beach, go out a little deep sea fishing, absolutely, but not the rivers. Um,
Our
but
river
so we like
is pretty depending
it's
on where
risky.
where you are. But I go to if you go to like the mouth of the river. So I live at the mouth of the Cape Fear River where it exits out into the Atlantic Ocean. So I get a good mix of brackish water,
Yeah, you get
fresh
that
water.
brackish
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the thing that we like to do, it's like it's kind of cheap and that makes it delicious, right? So what we'll do is we'll do rice and then we'll get like some canned salmon and break that out, mix it with a little bit of spicy mayos like sriracha and mayo, throw the
Mm.
layer of that, put a layer of the nori down, the seaweed, and then like put uh this stuff called ume shiso furikake. It's like a
What the fuck did you just say to me?
hi, I also have a degree in Japanese. Um because I'm a dirty weeb.
A dirty
Um
weeb.
I am.
Hajimemashite.
はじめまして。どうぞよろしくお願いします。
Mm-hmm.
Um anyways, Oh God, I'm just gonna sit here and smash
Oh,
my head on
this
my
is the
desk for a
fucking
minute.
uwu stream now.
Oh, no, God, no, I didn't mean to do that. Oh. Uh.
It's uwu, uwu, uwu. Yo, Kiro Taco Bell.
Oh, I miss that dog. But oh, I want to go fishing now, man.
I
It's
need
too
to go
cold.
fishing again.
It's too cold. You let's see. You live North Carolina side,
Hmm.
so yeah, you guys have pretty good fishing out there.
Oh yeah, we have great
You do
fishing
surf?
out here. Huh?
I was just looking. Y'all
Why,
get.
guys?
My God, Kevbot, what are you? Um, do you do surf fishing or do you go out like deep sea? Like, what do you do?
I do it all. Like,
Oh,
it
I
just
see.
it just depends on the day and how I feel. Cause I'm agoraphobic, right? So
Right, of course.
I have to feel comfortable within the bubble. But
Nothing wrong
um,
with
there's a small dock not too far from here, and I live on a lake, by the way. So I literally have a lake at the end of my street, and then like 3 blocks over is the Cape Fear River, and then like 5 minutes down is three different beaches. And so I uh I usually go to this little dock that's like close to where the river lets out, and I fish from there because I get a little bit of everything. But sometimes if I get up early enough and I've already had it in my head that I'm gonna make a day of it and it's gonna be relaxing and yada yada yada, then I'll head down to the actual beach and I'll surf fish. A friend of mine actually owns a boat chartering company that takes people out deep sea fishing out into like in fact they a lot of the times you can get like a 3 day package that'll take you all the way out to like Bermuda because it's off the coast of here.
Damn.
It's off the coast of here. It's not that far. Um
Okay.
and but yeah, mostly just getting out into the intercoastal waterway and all that, and go fishing for snapper and whatnot.
I
But
love snapper.
yeah,
That's awesome though. So your life is surrounded by water, basically.
yeah, pretty much. And
Nice.
after the hurricane, we were actually waterlocked. Like there was no way for anybody to get here because the only access into town would have been through the bridge, and it was all like just wasn't happening. So they airlifted military supplies in, like Ilmaris and that kind of stuff. Uh, they were able to get like food and water to us, but we were kind of cut off from the rest of the world, and everybody else was like saw it as a. I mean, it definitely was a bad thing, but I mean, for me, I was like, hey, it just cut my entire circle, so I'm definitely not going to go past the boundary of feeling comfortable.
Hmm.
Don't come UKR fishing. We use a pole 16 meters long or 52 feet. Jesus Christ.
What?
How to? Yeah, I can't fit that in my Kia Soul.
What do you mean? We use a pole. What? I don't understand. Can you explain?
Yeah, explain yourself.
I'm just like, what? But no, my dad lives in Myrtle Beach.
Oh,
So
okay.
sometimes we'll go down there to visit him.
That's
And
that's literally like 45 minutes south of me.
right on. Okay, yeah. So yeah, we like to go fishing out there a lot.
Nice.
Um,
Myrtle Beach.
yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like the bar crawl area, like the
Hmm.
tourist areas, but the beach is nice. And it's cool that you have a lake near you. Like that gives you a okay. Um
Ironically, I don't care much for freshwater fishing at all, but even if I did, I don't think I would eat anything out of the lake. Like, okay, so the lake at the end of my road is like 5 miles around. It's a huge lake.
Okay.
But it's got to be like one of the most polluted bodies of water in the state. Um, and
Oh no.
there's plenty of like there's plenty of fish, there's plenty of wildlife, but um, there, because it's so swampy and the way the trees and stuff are, where everything from the trees fall off into the water and it makes this really nasty algae. What they end up doing is they come through putting in all these chemicals to kill all that algae and stuff. Plus, anytime when there's like really big storms, we end up with a lot of fish kill there. And
Oh, because it kicks up the sediment, right?
yeah, I personally, like, I see people fishing at that lake all the time. Hopefully, they're just doing catch and release. But I will say that after the last big hurricane, when the lake, over flooded into the road and met with the river and then died back down, there was so many dead fish out there after that because of the storm. But man, there was some damn monster fish out there. I mean, there was fish like some freshwater fish I didn't even know got that big. Um,
Huh. It's always the little ponds, honestly, where you find the biggest fish because like they've been there for forever and nobody fishes them out. Like I know that one of the records in Texas for bass came from like a cow like a pond that someone had set up for their
yeah,
cows in a
yeah,
pasture, and it was like this gigantic largemouth. It was ridiculous. But
yeah.
yeah, I won't eat anything like freshwater unless it's like I'm fishing at a fish farm. Like there's like catfish farms and stuff. You can fish for the fish there if you want to. Like it's a you can catch it, they'll clean it kind of deal.
Oh,
That's like
right.
the only time yeah, they're not as common these days, but I remember going to them a lot as a kid, and like that's the only time that I would ever eat anything freshwater, like plan to anyways. Cause yeah. I
So,
mean, maybe a
Hurst
river. I don't know.
Hursty says you're trying to send me something, but for some reason you're sending it through Twitter, and no photos at all are loading on Twitter. Not in the DMs and not on the timeline. So I don't know. They're like just solid color, like black, green, whatever, but pictures aren't showing up. And when I hit
I had the
refresh,
hardest time getting on Twitter last night. Like
yeah, it's been
every
running
single
super
time.
slow.
Yeah, yeah, and, like, I have tried to log in, like, I got logged out on this computer, and it just has not let me log in, like, every time it's like, "We're experiencing issues, I can't do that for you right now." I'm like, "What? Okay," and I've tried it, like, 3 days in a row now. It's
Oh,
really weird.
yeah, that's crazy. Um, so yeah, unfortunately I can't see those, but I'm assuming they're the fishing pole you're talking about. So if it shows up later, I'll message you back. No biggie. But yeah, wow, we've been live for 2.5 hours already. Crazy.
Yeah, man.
Been chatty, chatty, chatty. No, it's a good thing. So yeah, guys. Again, I appreciate everybody for being here, and even if you're just kind of lurking, chilling in the background, whatever, it's always appreciated. I wish it told me who was the donator from earlier. It just said anonymous, so
They
I'm
can choose to make it anonymous, it's just one of the features of it.
well. I know on Friday when people were donating, and thanks for the follow, Jester. I appreciate you. I know that on Friday when people were doing it, it was asking for like some kind of permission, and most of them didn't know. So only one out of all those donations, only one of them actually like had their name go through, and everybody else was getting anonymous. And then they would just tell me in the chat, they were like, "Hey, that was me." And I was like, "Okay, well."
Huh.
Because they weren't trying to be anonymous on purpose. It was just something with the way it was trying to connect to Twitter or to their account to Twitch, and they didn't give it the permission to do that or something. Yeah, the same problem Friday. Couldn't find where to change, but who cares? Yeah, I think Hursty was one of them. All right, let me see if that helped because it looked like nope, still nothing. Stupid ass DMs. Let me try it on the mobile app, dude. Nope, they're blank on there too. It's just Twitter. It's Elon Musk, everybody's favorite Musk. So are you good, Betty? You want to hang?
Uh,
Are you hanging? You got stuff you need to do, or are you
Yeah, I
hanging
was
out?
kind of starting to. I do need to get going here pretty soon because I've got some work, other work stuff I need to focus on. But
All
I've had a
good.
lot of fun sitting on here. I was. Whenever you were like, "Hey, you want to sit on this stream with me when we talk about stack up and stuff?" I was like, "All right, I have never done anything like this before, so I hope I wasn't too terrible."
No,
Like,
hopefully we made it easy for you, right?
you did, yes. I like talking to people one on one a lot. It's groups where I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm gonna piss anybody off. I don't want to do that. I have a lot of anxiety about like engaging with groups, but this was super fun. So, oh my God, aphasia, screw you.
Please be gentle. Oh, hey.
But yeah, I've had a lot of fun hanging out here with you, and thank you for asking me on. This
Yeah,
is pretty cool.
I just saw I when I hit go live as soon as I hit it and I started to go over to Discord to like post in the different places that I was live, I saw the little chat bubbles coming up next to your name, and I was like, huh. I was like, well, she must be up, and then I was like, well, why not just have her come on and talk for a little bit? Because you've been doing this with them longer than I have, so if anybody had any like crazy questions, you would be the one that would be able to answer them before I could. So, but I thought it would be cool. Um, what do you mean hybrid? You seem to be invisible here. But no, we thought it would be cool to have you come on and just talk for a little bit. Rent's gone up so much in the past 2 years. I cannot afford a decent place to live. Even if I pay up to 85% of my income for rent, I cannot find another place to live. Basically, cannot afford to live now. I mean, that's kind of pretty much what everybody that I've seen has been going through. I thought I commented on that before when I said that, but maybe not. I'm sorry if you felt invisible. Sometimes we get caught up into talking and just have to wait for an opening, which is hard because I talk a lot. But you're definitely not invisible.
No, you are seen. I'm sorry about that hybrid. We were definitely wrapped up in conversation, but like, there's people here for you.
Yeah. And like I've told everybody, if you ever like really want to get my attention and reach out, you can always shoot me like a message on Twitter. I answer that. Well, right now it's I could see the message as long as it's not a picture, but um I'm pretty accessible person. I'm not like hard to get up with, so
No, you're super easy to talk to. I'm serious. Like I don't blow smoke up people's asses. If I'm like, hey, I can't really talk to you, like I would say like, hey, it's hard to talk to you because I don't know what to say. But like you're really easy to talk to. So it's been cool. But I am gonna get going,
yeah,
and
go do your thing.
I will yeah, take care. Everybody have a great day. And again, if anybody has any questions or anything they want to know about Stack Up, feel free to send me a whisper or whatever. I'm also Betty Monster on Discord. And I'll drop a link to that too if you want to contact me. Have a good day.
The timing on that. So that was Betty Monster who was just joining us for that. Thank you so much for coming on in here. No, it was really good. Steve, $30 incoming. Nice. Thanks, dude. Sniped it. Monster Monday was a success. I mean, it might as well be, right? This was like so impromptu. Like I sprang it on her last minute. I didn't even think she was actually gonna say yeah. I was like, she's probably got stuff to do, right? She's probably got like people to recruit and teams to handle. But no, it was really cool being able to get her to come on. You done messed up, AA Ron. Yo, AA Ron, what's going on, buddy? Dude, I was thinking about you this morning because well, I say this morning. It was kind of late last night. I got up in the middle of the night. I woke up at like 2 o'clock in the morning, which technically is like late night. And I don't know, dude. I was hungry, and I had some chicken fingers with some spicy spicy Whataburger ketchup. Yeah, I was laying in bed at 2 a.m. last night thinking about you. Oh yeah. The supports, I didn't do anything to them. They're the same except for that I'm printing at a point 0.3 layer height. For whatever reason on this side over here, it looks like they just didn't bond well together, and it could be that there's a little bit off on the leveling of the build plate, but everything else around it looks fine and it's holding. And you know me, there there might be a lot of supports there that didn't even need to be there, and they're just there because I like to over support things to make sure I don't have a failed print. But yeah, as long as they're not failing, I'm fine. They're just so thin. Like, I know it's to use less material. I know it's to use less material, but sometimes I feel like if they're too thin, they're just gonna crumble if the nozzle bumps into it or something for any reason. Not your normal standard. All right, give me a minute. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break, so I'm gonna leave you guys with a track to listen to, and then I'll be right back. I'm back. So yeah, that was cool. Yo, Betty's pretty cool, right? So ever since I met her, like she seems like she's pretty cool. Man, I feel bad that hybrid robotics felt like he was being ignored. I'm gonna have to reach out to him on Twitter because I want to send him a message right now. All right, I sent him a message. Um, it's hard because when you get locked into a conversation, you kind of have to go where the conversation naturally flows, and if you have somebody that's talking about something that's completely different in the chat, it's hard to stop the momentum of a conversation and directly just jump onto it. But I swear, um, maybe he just didn't hear it. But when he was talking about the rent going up and not having the income, I swear I made comments about that and addressed that because it is hard, right? And being somebody who um, is having to live off a disability myself, um, it, it's really not enough. It's not enough to live. It's not enough to live off of, and so trying to find ways to make ends meet can seem to be um, that darkness at the end of the tunnel sometimes. And you just have to know that things will get better and have faith and trust in that. Loose horse got to run. Have an awesome stream. Must have missed what happened. Nothing nothing too crazy. It's hybrid robotics. I guess was saying some stuff in the chat, and I only saw like the one thing. Anyone who follows me on Twitter will know about my current struggles to find a new place. And I mean, I follow him on Twitter, and I've talked to him before, but oh, it's because he's got a GoFundMe, and so he's had a GoFundMe up since December. It has no likes, no retweets, and it's been up since December of 2022. So I'm gonna retweet it, and I'm also gonna post his Twitter link to that here. So if you guys would, can you go retweet and Maybe drop a comment so that we know he's okay. Like we were talking about earlier, sometimes all it takes is for somebody to say hello or just, acknowledge, to make somebody have a better day. And if you guys could say something or retweet, I just hit the like button, retweet, and left a comment on it. I unfortunately am also not in a position where I can donate to his GoFundMe. Um, as as part of what I was saying earlier, um, just with the cost of living going up for everyone, and everybody's kind of struggling right now and trying to make ends meet. It's really hard to find time and find ways to give. But sometimes if you can't give, then maybe sometimes just sharing or spreading the word about it seems to help. And still, no one has gotten it right. No one's guessed what I'm printing, so at least there's that.
Like,
Fuck yeah, bud. What up, Matt? Didn't get a notification. Not only did it get posted to uh Twitter as always, but I posted it in the Inspired Discord. The link goes nowhere. Hang on. You got an email and saw the tweet. He might have it set to where only people who are following him can see. Oh, you mean his link for his the link for the actual, like, I just clicked on it for the GoFundMe. Yeah. Yeah, I just clicked on it and it's the link is dead. Let's see. Also, your GoFundMe link is broken. News is reporting links and images are down on Twitter. Yeah, the images are down for sure. Um, so I'm not okay. So if it's a Twitter, I think it's Twitter messing up. Links and photos are down right now. Okay. Yeah, taking guesses. You're somewhere between Cthulhu, uh, tornadoes, or broccoli. Nope, none of those. I know it's deceiving because the supports are covering everything up, but it is St. Patrick's Day related, kind of, because I guess it's more Celtic than anything. Yeah, Twitter's all kinds of jacked up. So that's just terrible. Nope, it's not a shamrock. Um, I don't know. I don't know how to. I mean, I can't really like give hints because it'll end up just giving it away. It's literally. It's just. Oh, you're close. You're close, Westery. You're close. Shall we tell Matt that he should have gotten a bandy? Yeah, yeah. But Matt, I posted in the team chat, or not the team chat, but I posted on the Discord. It's a Celtic chalice. There you go. Retro Maker got it. Parts of Chelsea Leprechaun Garbage Pail Kid. No, I need to do that though. That's like a perfect one for St. Patrick's Day. And I haven't printed one since Dunkin' Pumpkin. At least one to like paint and stuff. So what this is it's the Celtic mug by Hex 3D. So if you've ever been on his Patreon and seen the Celtic mug, I actually printed a small one, a small version of it once. I don't even know where it is anymore. It's probably out in the workshop. But I figured it would look really good in this Kubin green silk. Yo, Ron, did you say you changed out the hot end on your Aquila, or is it still the same stock hot end? All right, we're trying to get hybrid robotics back in the chat. You changed it out. Which hot end did you switch it out for? Like the same one, or did you switch it out for an upgraded hot end? Because I have some follow up questions. You were thinking that too, Oscar the Grouch. It looks weird because it's like you see all the supports and you see all the supports and then it kind of throws off because it's hiding it. But so over here you're finally starting to see the handle of the mug in between. You can kind of see where the handle is starting to come out right there. Uh, all right. So when you switch to the micro Swiss, did you have to do like redo like all of your E steps and stuff again, or was it just like a one for one swap out? Yeah, it's yeah the link through Twitter isn't working. And also, when you did that, did you replace like the whole thing, like the fans too? or did you keep the RGB fans? Or did you do that? Like I know with my Aquila, like I immediately put on those silent RGB fans. It was a one for one swap. The only time you've redone E steps was when you upgraded the dual gear extruder. Okay. Okay, yeah, the fans were already the RGBs. I didn't know if you swapped those out again or not. Like if they were strong enough for the. I haven't messed with those Aquilas in so long, but I think I'm gonna bring one back in here. I think I'm gonna bring one in for the stream, even though I haven't put like auto bed leveling on it or anything. I just kind of miss it. As weird as that sounds, like I really liked my Aquilas, and maybe I'm just like remembering them in their glory day kind of thing. But I feel like even with like some of these newer printers that I'm not getting as clean of a print on these as I did with my Aquila. It's weird, right? Yeah, I have to flick. Mine was doing that, and I would have to flick it, like flick the case, like to make it stop whining. Yo, hybrid, thanks for subbing, man. You didn't have to do that. I know you are in a rocky situation over there, man. We've been trying to share your GoFundMe here in the chat, and for whatever reason, because it's a Twitter generates the link, it's not letting us do it. So yeah, let me see if I can go. Yeah, I can go to it straight that way. But Twitter's broken right now, and it's not showing pictures, and it's not like all the links are broken. But I did see that like you posted. So this to me, honestly, guys, this is the kind of stuff that I talk about when I say, retweets and stuff all the time. This is the kind of stuff that's just like absolutely like heartbreaking to me, is to see where, somebody posted this, Hybrid Robotics posted this December 17th of 2022, which was almost 3 months ago. Not a and had it pinned to his profile. He has 965 followers. Not a single fucking person bothered to like, retweet, or share his fucking post. But 176 people saw it. And not a single fucking person bothered to do it. So I hit like on it, I hit retweet, and I dropped a comment on it. Now, while I might not be able to give myself, because I am also in that same kind of situation, I'm on disability, well, and not even full disability, like I get SSI. And so I have you know, I have a mortgage and everything to pay. So, but the thing is like, it's not about what I can do, it's about who I can make aware. Yo, what up, Scott? How are you, man? It is the motherfucking Monday show. But that's the kind of stuff that like pisses me off, right? Because oh shit. Wow, that's all it took to start getting a hype train ready? That's crazy. Well, I guess because of the sub and then the bits. Nice. Thanks for the bits, dude. I'm just gonna end up giving it back to you when you come visit and we go out and have lunch or something. And I pick up the tab, so I'm just holding it for you. This is your travel fund. Yo, Hursty, thanks for the 100 bits. You've been checking out the McDonald's dollar menu? Did I see your most recent post about your current situation? Uh, Let me see. I see. Yo, Scott, thanks for the 500 bits. You're a champ. I see the part about helping with the robotics project. I see companies and organizations keeping their grubby mitts off of Social Security. The one about pest control. That's what I'm trying to see. As far as what this is showing, your last post was 4 hours ago about winning Polymaker. Yo, Scott, gifting 5 subs. Thanks, dude. Look at you. You're like the king of this place. So 4 hours ago, Polymaker 3D giveaway. Um, 2 days ago, it says, is there anyone in the San Diego area that would be interested in helping with a major robotics project? I don't see anything from today other than winning a Polymaker giveaway. Oh, the one about pest control. Okay. Who got those subs, by the way? Uh, Dennis and Jessica Rose, Solar 3DP, Albatross, Rex, and Numpty99. Sweet. All right, let's see. My morning went to the boondocks really fast this morning. Pest control people were supposed to spray the house for bed bugs, but I've not been feeling well and was having difficulty walking. Tried to explain what was happening to me and the owner of this building, uh, to the owner of this building, but that did not go well. I cannot be too far from the bathroom due to some medical issues that were made worse by stress and anxiety. The owner wanted to take me to a fast food place to stay there for 5 hours, which does not work for me. Started trying to physically remove you from the room, grabbed you and was trying to pull you out of your room. Tried to get the door shut, but he was stronger than me. I was barely able to keep him from pulling me out. I gave up and went to sit down at my computer because my problem was getting a lot worse. He came right into my room and was talking at me and yelling, and telling me I was not having any problem walking around when he could not possibly make that call. I called 911 around 10:20 a.m. and they finally got here around 3:30 p.m. They talked me out of filing battery charges against me because it was basically my word against his and recommended that I get a restraining order instead. So going to do that even though I have to leave the house to go to the courthouse to get it. That is a crazy fucked up situation, dude. He should have never put his hands on you. And another thing, um that's that is that is a tough situation. That you said that's the person that owns the building. And so if you try to do something legal, then they're going to try to find a reason to try to kick you out even though by law they can't do that. But that doesn't mean that they wouldn't like do stuff to try to find a reason. You think most of today's posts on Twitter are stuff? Dude, Twitter is a mess right now, dude. Shit is like just random and all over the place, and sometimes things are loading and sometimes they're not. So, uh, so hybrid, what are you, what are you gonna do? I mean, obviously, you you do need to get the bed bugs out, and be me being a person that's agoraphobic, right? And I can't really be leaving the house. Like I understand not being able to like go to a fast food place for like 5 hours or something, but have you thought about something like I don't know, even like a library or something where you might feel it's like quiet and calm setting and still have access to like bathrooms and stuff that you could maybe do? I mean I don't know your situation, so I'm just guessing on suggestions. What have you been up to today, Scott? We uh we had a Betty Monster from Stack Up on earlier and had like a 2.5 hour conversation with her. It was pretty interesting. She seems to be a really cool person. Yo, Anonymous, thank you for the $25 donation to stackup.org. It's going to a great cause. I really appreciate your support. Sleeping, you got the day off? Nice, man. I would say like I'm envious because every day is a day off. Thanks for the level 2 hype train, everybody. Scott, everybody who chipped in on that. Hursty, Hybrid Robotics. You guys are my heroes. The bed bugs are gone from your room, but you still have cockroaches. Yes, that's an option. Told your lawyer when you'll be out of the house this week. Should tell the owner. I mean, that would probably be the best thing. If you have an attorney, I would I would definitely make sure that other than having to give them a check or whatever for your rent, that you have no contact with that person. Because now that it's escalated even to the point of like where they got physical with you, um it's going to make your anxiety high just seeing them in the building, you know. I know how that goes. I used to have offices over by the movie studios, and they absolutely hated us being in there. The guy who owned the or was the manager of the office place, he was such an asshole, and his wife would get mad because people in my office, they would go outside to smoke, and they had like this big concrete looking trash can with an ashtray on top, and that's where everybody would go to smoke. And his wife came out there to like harassing the people smoking, and we were like, but that's where y'all put the ashtray and the trash can, like you put it there. And it got into this whole big thing, and then it was so bad that like every time I'd be there at my office and I would see him or his wife, like I felt like I needed to hide or just felt uncomfortable like being there and being around them, because like I know they were looking for any excuse to try to kick us out after that. They will not accept your rent due to a lawsuit against you by your former landlord. They're waiting to see how that is resolved before they will accept rent from you. The building was sold in January. Ugh, dude, that's such a that's a bizarre situation. I wish I had advice. Um, is it a thing where you feel like you're probably gonna have to move or find a different place? And if so, um, like, do you have options like family, friends, places you can couch surf, or I mean, are like are you in like actual like legit danger of ending up homeless or trying to find a way to skate around that? I know when it comes to SSI and SSDI, um, if you owe back rent, um, they basically have to wait until um, you get your settlement, and then it'll have to come out of that back pay that you get from the time you filed your settlement before they can take any kind of action on you like that. But I mean, nobody should have to live in fear and bug infested places. And I don't know, man. I wish I had better advice. I see. I'm the type of person that if it came down to that, like I'm perfectly fine with fucking holding on to my money, and I'll go to fucking Walmart and buy like one of those 10-person family tents, and I'll go throw that shit on a campground. I'll go throw that shit on a campground for like a month or two while I wait for my SSI to build up and then go get a place. But the rent and stuff is so expensive everywhere now that unless you find one something that's rent controlled or like an old shitty rundown mobile home, or find people that you could consider to be roommates or something, which these days, like, I don't even trust living with people. You want to move and you cannot find another place that I can afford, even if you could pay up to 85. You wouldn't survive if you become homeless. Yeah, it's rough, man. I don't know like where you live or how things are out there, but like here they have places that are usually run by like church organizations or whatever that we have a they have a program here called Good Shepherd, which basically, like, if you're about to become homeless but you have disability income, they will put you in basically like a one room indoor place with heating, air conditioning, bathroom, um with a bed and a TV and all that kind of stuff until you get on your feet. But I don't know if you guys have those kind of programs, but you might be able to look into it. Um like I said, out here that program's called like Good Shepherd. Um but I and there's a couple of other places that do it too. But uh yeah, I mean the thought of being homeless sucks, dude. I had to live out of my car at one point. You've been homeless 5 times, you're 64, and live in San Diego, California. I mean, that's an expensive city to live in, too. You're renting a single private room. Ugh. I don't know, dude. I honestly don't. I mean, I'll definitely I'll definitely share and see if, like, hopefully, hopefully people can share it and get the word out and help you. But it does kind of suck, man, because, watching, like I said, seeing people who have posted looking for help, and it seems like, in all honesty, like, I'm scrolling your timeline, and I'm not saying that, like, Twitter is a good judgment of anything, but like I can't understand why you're not getting anything. Like, I mean, when I say anything, I'm looking at like all of your posts have people that have viewed the post, but no likes, no retweets, no anything. Um, I know now why I haven't seen a lot of your posts. Uh, it's because you've been posting some stuff for somebody that I have blocked. There's a particular streamer that we're just never gonna get along, and we have each other blocked. And it might be hiding your posts from me at times because you've retweeted and posted a lot of his stuff. Because like I said, just scrolling your timeline just now. But regardless, dude, I don't care about that. What I care about is the fact that there you like I'll give you a good example, right? I'll give you a good example. So you've retweeted a lot of other people. You've retweeted their streams, you've retweeted their posts, their YouTube, their whatever, and I don't see where that person has bothered to even fucking like a post of yours, or like I said, I was the first person. I've now retweeted it twice. Once as a regular tweet retweet, and one as a quoted retweet. And I'm the only person that's fucking retweeted you. And I will say that I have not seen your posts. They have not showed up on my feed, and that may have to do with the fact that you know I I literally blocked the word. I blocked Loyal Moses' account. I blocked the words Loyal Moses, LM show. Uh, I was almost to the point of blocking Polymaker. So, um, just because of how much the two of those get posted together. Yeah. I mean, I'm full transparency about that. We have issues. Uh, he said some things that he can't take back, and he's done some things that he can't take back, and I wouldn't take back anything that I've said about him because I believe it to be accurate. But I don't condemn other people. I just hate that I miss out on stuff because I have to block his dumbass. You have issues with the moderators, particularly Alex. So Alex follows me, but he's never spoken to me. Um, do you think Loyal Moses can get you some Kubin? No, he can get you some fucking Polymaker though. If you want to sit in his chat for 6 hours, type and bang enter.